Matt's currently flicking water at me while I'm adjusting the camera. Dearly beloved, we are gathered here. I'm not starting like that. Okay, Matt's here. I'll put a yay over the top.
Yeah, we need like big it up, don't we?
Today we're escaping one of these that we got recently. I don't know if you guys saw that video, I'll link it, but we recently got these put in. These are the Maidenhead AQUARIAN tanks, 4 foot. Planter.
That's it.
I'll put it all up on the screen and that anyway. So we've got a plan for that one, haven't we?
I don't know which one's which.
This is going to be today's one.
This is today's one.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes.
So
we have plans.
For this one today, we want to do a sort of biotopy style.
Yep.
And someone in one of my comments had a good, I think it was the last video actually when we did this, said if we're going to be doing like Malawi here.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it?
Malawi.
Yeah. I was thinking of Maui from.
Yeah, not him. No. I don't even know the songs. I don't even know.
You're welcome.
I thought it was that one, yeah.
So many people won't have a clue what we're talking about. Anyway, so if we're going to do that here, which is, you know, a cichlid from Africa, why don't we do cichlid from America, South American cichlids in this one?
Wicked.
We can talk about the exact fish as we go along because we don't need to decide that now. But if we're going to do this more like sort of South American biotopy style, but not biotope.
But not biotope. Nature style.
Yeah. It's going to need to be a bit darker, isn't it? It hasn't got that African sun beating down it. It's got the South American sun, but in like wooded areas.
We've got 2 suns?
Do you know what I mean, though? We have got 2. I've got 2 suns. You've got 1 sun. Done you there. Done you. Do you know what I mean, though? It would be darker, yeah?
It would be foresty. Well, depends. But yeah, the vision you get is foresty, overhanging trees, leaves, dappled sunlight. And
I think it'll look quite cool in the contrast if we have one dark, one.
And that'll be a lakey sort of one, and that'll be very bright. And
exactly.
Yeah, I get you.
So, the first thing we're going to need to do really then is whip off this background, which I think will come off quite easy. Matt, I've done a little test.
Yeah, it's just a sticker. They just put it on as an added extra.
There we go. So thank you, Maidenhead, for that. But we're going to choose a black one this time. I've got black window tint.
Nice.
Let's crack on with that. Right, we've got good news. Today's video is another sponsored video by API and Aquarian. This is good because it's a big build and it means we can just make it extra special. Now, throughout the video, I'm going to be using all of this stuff that you can see here. All of it I use all the time anyway, but in a video like this, I go into a bit more detail with it all, just show you exactly how I'm using it and what it does. So we will start off proceedings with the root tabs. I always use these as a base layer. Just a great amount of nutrients then in your substrate system. The roots will find them. Iron, potassium, absolutely brilliant. Then later on, when the tank is full up with water, we'll add these 3. We'll start off with Leaf Zone and Aqua Essential. Aqua Essential is going to make sure that your water from the tap is all good and safe for the fish. Leaf Zone is going to add a ton of nutrients to the water column that's usable. And I say usable because you can clearly see the results. And then after the fish are added, we're going to be adding the quick start cheat code. This is what enables me to be able to put fish in straight away with no losses, all healthy, works every single time, amazing stuff. Then obviously we've got the food as well. Right at the end of the video, we're going to do some feeding the fish. Hopefully they'll be settled in by that point. Sometimes new fish can be a bit sort of wary of food, but I think they'll be absolutely fine to be honest with how we're going to set this tank up. It's going to be so naturalistic, they're going to feel right at home straight away. So we've got the flake for all the sort of mid-swimmers. We have got the sinking pellet for all the cories and anything down the bottom. And then we've also got the algae wafers for different things like shrimp, for bristlenose plecos. And to be honest, everything has a little nibble on them, but I mainly put them in for the vegetable eaters. So yeah, that's everything we're going to be using. Back to the build. There we go. I mean, it's so dark now, you can't see that there's anything on it. What I'll do is I'll put my black screen over this whole area so that we're not just seeing reflections constantly. Once we get all the wood and rocks and substrate and plants and water and fish all in there, you won't see all that anyway. Now, lighting, Matt. I've actually got that all prepared, although it's not on there. They're over here. Get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that, and get rid of that. So we have got 2 of the Asta 120s. These are a really, really affordable option actually. They've got a dimmer on them as well. I'm not going to dim them.
No.
I'd rather just put floating plants in and keep it maximum.
Absolutely.
And because they're spotlight, they just do a real nice shimmer as well.
Nice.
If you've got that surface movement.
Yeah, a little bit of a ripple.
Really affordable. They're an Amazon product, so I'll leave a link for you. It's in America and here as well, but a really nice affordable price. They're £100. I don't know what that is in dollars, about 110?
Yeah, probably about 110, 115, isn't it?
So I'm going with 2 on the 4 foot. I think you do need that really for that size tank. But 2 foot and 3 foot, you probably get away with 1. I've got 1 actually over on that tank over there, which is a 3 foot, and it works just like the coverage is perfect. So, nice. Yes, 2 of those things to tidy up the. Oh, I've got some.
I was just going to say, don't damage the background. Dong.
I should probably have measured out where the points were, where these should sit, but it's fine.
Somewhere about there.
Somewhere about there, yeah. I've got some little cable tidies for the wires as well.
Oh, well fancy.
Comes with it. So the lights actually come with a cable hanging kit as well if you want it. We don't, obviously. There's 4 for you.
That'd be a long way up.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's about right. We can sort out the angles on that in a minute. This is riveting viewing, isn't it?
So exciting. Just like that.
Done. Right, the moment of truth. Oh, I thought you plugged them in.
Oh no, I haven't plugged them in yet.
I'm going to turn them off so I can turn them on at the same time. For...
Do you want me to make sure they're both turned?
Oh no, sorry.
Oh, you ruined it now.
And the moment of truth. 3, 2, 1. I wasn't even together, hang on. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Good lighting, isn't it? It is very good lighting for that. Like,
yeah, that's right.
Most people, probably me, are going to need to turn that down. It's awesome, isn't it? It's really lighting up this area a bit more as well.
Yeah, it's a little bit brighter, isn't it?
I'm thinking probably the same lights for here, with the Malawis and that.
Yeah, it'd look quite cool, wouldn't it? Lake style.
Or do I go with like an RGB, because the colours of them?
I was going to say, an RGB like proper light might look quite cool in there.
Like what you mean, like a twin star or something across the top?
Like I
reckon so. The twin stars are brilliant for bringing out colours. I've got a twin star here, and then on my new guppy one, I've got a twin star there as well. So yeah, that's a good idea actually, and it keeps it different, doesn't it? Yeah. Rather than the same thing. I mean, it's costly. It will be the most expensive light in here by a lot. But yeah, they're about, for this size, it's about £450, I think, 400 quid, something like that. So that'll be the most expensive light I've ever bought. But I think it'd be worth it if we're going to do this special sort of Malawi thing. I think go for it.
Yeah, I think so.
Otherwise, it's just not going to have that pop, is it? And that's what you want with those fish. Our stage is. I've said that so many times. I sound drunk.
You do.
It's like 9 in the morning. Our stage is set. Next up, nutrients. A lot of you know the drill now, but a lot of you won't. So, I mean, you wanted a drill. I've got a drill. No. So first of all, we want nutrients down on the very bottom. We're going to put layers in which cap the nutrients and stop them floating around the water column. I'm doing a lot with my hands here. But so first of all, what I've used many times now, and it's working so well, the Nutri-Base. Do you use this now as well?
Now and again. Depends what tank I'm doing.
That's true.
If you're putting earth eaters in a tank, I wouldn't be putting any Nutri-Base in there.
Oh, that's a point. Are we going to go for earth eaters?
That is a question. There's other fish that we can go for. So we could go keyholes.
Oh, I love them.
That's what I was thinking. We've only got some didders in, but we've got some didders in. Little tinny ones. But yeah, it depends what you want to go for. If you're going for earth eaters, though, I would not put anything loose.
No. It would just be the Mano base would work because it's that fine grained, isn't it? But no.
I think if I'm honest, I think keep earth eaters out.
Okay.
Just because I love them, but they are absolute swines for digging things up.
It's a different kind of tank, isn't it?
It's in their name, yeah.
It's a very different tank. It's an epiphyte, isn't it?
Pretty much, yeah. Epiphyte tank, rocks, wood, and a big open space for them to sift through. Okay,
we'll do the usual base to start with. I'm thinking Acaras and Keels. Can they go together?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be wicked.
Yeah. There'd be enough space for them.
Okay, right, just to get the base going, and Nutri-Base first. Okay, we are going with a whole bag of the Nutri-Base. I'm going to do this, Matt.
We'll make a mess.
Yeah. I did nothing. Hang on. Oh, there we go. Doesn't stand a chance now. We're getting good at this now.
We're all right, aren't we?
Oh, look, for this tank build, I can stand behind it.
Oh, that's quite cool.
Right, then on top of that is a layer of the aquatic compost. You know the stuff, Matt.
Do I?
The aquatic pond premium.
The premium pond. Is it still outside?
Yeah, I'll come with you. Whoa, it's bright out here.
At least it's stopped raining, though.
Oh look, I put a little tag.
Oh,
and that wasn't to keep out criminals. That was because when it was windy the other day, it was smashing against there. That's the stuff. And I cut it on the top this time because last time you told me off because I sliced it down the middle.
Yeah, it wasn't very...
Just leave that.
Yeah, I'm bored of that.
There's a little scoopy scoop for you, Matt.
All over?
Yeah, just go for it.
I've got a rocky bit.
What, Balboa?
Yeah.
No, you don't need huge amounts of this. It's just a sort of a sprinkling all over, if you like. If you've got any clumps as well, just break it up so it's not all big and chunky, but a few little bits won't hurt. And next up is going to be our first product from API. We are using the root tabs. So in this pack, look, there you go, we've got 10 tablets. That should be enough to cover the whole area, but what I like to do is crush them up first. You get even more of a covering, really. If you're putting it into sand, you want to keep them whole. If it's already filled with water, then you can just push them in. But in this instance, we can break it up and sprinkle it nicely. These contain iron and potassium, which is going to be great. It's just going to bolster everything. Is that the right word, Matt? Bolster?
Bolster.
Boost.
Yeah. Boost
Boost everything for long-term growth. There we go. And I can take all of this and just sprinkly sprinkle. Oh, that's loads. I think I've done that quite well. I'm not sure though. Yeah?
Yeah, I think that's good. You've spread it out nicely.
No, I'm inhaling it all.
It's good for you. Iron and potassium.
Iron lung.
Makes your hair go strong.
My beard, you mean? I just want to bring this away from the edge a little bit, just so that we've, I don't know, just tidy this one up a little bit. Still keeping the nutrients right at the front of the tank. I just want to be able to pour neat sand in that little bit, and so it's not like multicoloured.
I don't think I've ever seen you use that tool properly.
We normally use a ruler, don't we?
Yeah. It's nice, that.
Right, so Matt's got a sand at the back that's going to be the capping sand. We won't actually see that. It's quite orangey, you see. And then this is the decorative sand we're going to use. I'm just putting that in the foreground so that that's all you actually see. Sides don't really matter. Oh, they do actually, Matt. This side will matter.
That side will matter, yeah, you're right.
There you go, that's fine. So you want a finer sand for your capping. It just stops all the nutrients sort of migrating through. So as you can see, Matt's sand, well, hang on, let me show you. So you can see there, look, Matt's sand is very fine. And then this is the decorative stuff we're going to actually be seeing. More sort of, well, it will all sort of mix in together, to be honest, but that stuff shouldn't, because that's going to be right at the bottom. I've got a lighter one to go on top of that, and then the decorative sand on the top. Then there are even coarser ones that go around all the boulders and things. We're going for big wooden boulders, Matt. It's always the best look, isn't it?
I was going to say, yeah, it does look great, doesn't it? Proper riverbed.
Yeah, exactly. There we go, look, that's a really strong base. As always, we've just put a ton of work in, and you can't even see it. But at least we've got, like, you know, we know it's there. We know we've got
foundations of the aquarium.
It is.
Without the foundations, it just all falls down.
That is true. It's true though, because like, it's not sort. You can add root tabs at any time. Don't get me wrong, but if you can get that nutrient base set up like now and put the time into it, even though you can't see it, it's going to just do so well. I mean, I only trimmed this tank here the other day. We basically did the same thing in this, and it just cannot stop growing so fast, which is annoying to me when I've got so many tanks dotted about. But if you're at home and it's your home aquarium, you want your plants growing fast, don't you? You want to be doing stuff with it and enjoying it.
Yeah, it's a minimal amount of work at the start, just a little bit of extra time and money at the start, and it flies.
Yeah, it's not a huge amount more money actually either, is it?
No, not really.
An extra £20, something like that, I'd say, for the products, 20, 30 quid, something like that, on top of your sand, obviously. Yeah. But you know, if you had just sand there, eventually it will become nutrient rich with the waste from the fish, won't it?
Yeah.
But your start is going to be like, it's going to be slow, horrible, it's going to probably make you quit.
And it's the algae problems in between,
yeah,
because
exactly.
generally the algae grows quicker than the plants, so when you're waiting for those nutrients to build up, the algae will generally take hold first.
Yeah, and that's when everyone goes, my plants aren't growing, my tank looks rubbish.
Bored of this.
Taking it out. Yeah. Get your nutrients in. I mean, the trick in a low-tech skank? I mean, the trick in a low-tech tank is being able to have high lighting and high nutrients, but not get the algae bloom. Do you know what I mean? So that's where people will struggle. But I always find if you cap it like this and there's high nutrients, your plants are growing so fast, everything's going good. Also, floating plants are just key in terms of blocking light until everything's established at least. And then you can just start stripping it out.
That's it, yeah. They're a great thing to just let grow when they need to grow.
Yeah.
And then you can just take them out when you need to.
Right, now we can start on Hardscape. I've got a load outside. It's got some terrestrial moss on it.
Okay.
but I've used it underwater before. It goes a little bit weird, but also looks like sort of really real.
Yeah.
And that's the look we're going for. Yeah, follow me.
Let's do it.
Okay, so this is the wood here, Matt.
Cool.
You see this? So this is stuff I scavenged myself. I think it's going to work well for the style we want. Obviously, if you're going for a fully aquascaped that look tank, then people are going to need to go and buy that really, because it doesn't look the same as this, does it?
No, it's not that shape, is it? You don't get those textures and those shapes.
The twists and all of that, whereas this has got gentle curves and stuff, but it'll give us that look that wood's fallen in.
Yep.
And then next to it over here, next to Buddha, I quite like in these, Matt.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, big granite pebbles.
But then we can mix in other coloured smaller ones in that as well. So it's got like a good mixture.
Yeah,
not necessarily those, because I don't think that'll go. But we'll definitely start with these and this wood, and then we can add to it.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Sounds like a plan is your catchphrase.
Sounds like a plan.
No, that's better. That's better.
Sounds like a plan.
Right, we've collected everything that we need to get going, to get started. Matt had a good idea. Did we say this on camera?
I don't think we did, no.
So we can have this side exploding out that way, and then we do Malawi one, we could have the rocks sort of coming out from that way. So you've got like a sort of mirror image. It's quite cool, yin and yang. We've got the white, we've got the grey or dark, you know. So yeah, it's quite cool.
Yeah, I think it would look good.
We had to break up one of the sticks because it was so big. It would have been cool, wouldn't it? It would have been quite cool to have it sort of coming right out.
I think it was like 6 foot long. You'd have taken your eye out.
I literally would have had to walk through this section and just constantly go, oh. And that would have got annoying. And you know that my wife, Kate, would just walk into it or something.
Yeah.
Right, so now I'd say we go rocks first, just to give us somewhere to sort of wedge the first pieces of wood into. So it's always best if you start with your biggest wood and your biggest rocks. No, there's no need for a laugh. We're mature here, you know.
This is a mature channel. Welcome.
Let's get it in. Chat. Done. Come closer. I want big impact in the foreground, but enough to clean, enough room to clean. Yes.
Yeah, that's
okay.
Cool.
So our main wood piece, I think, is going to be
it's that twisted bit.
This twistedy one. Something like this. If I can keep some of the moss out, it'll grow out the water.
Yeah, that would look cool.
Like that?
Yep.
So we need something to go.
You need a pebble behind him.
I think I want even more upward angle. So he's got a pebble behind him. Do you reckon another big thingy here?
I think something imposing, yeah, because then you could have a little spill of something here, wood and gravel and stuff.
Yeah, I got it. Come back here with it. So we've got
a massive one.
Yeah.
Where are you going?
Oh, I wish we got that on camera. One of the rocks just started taking a stroll around the. Oh yes. Oh yes. Well, I don't know why I've turned into the Churchill advert. Okay, so I'm liking the idea, but it's a bit too straight at the moment.
I was going to say, there's rock, straight wood.
Although
looks like we tried to make a car.
Or a dinosaur. The dino tank. Yeah, we're just going to keep going now and just making small adjustments until you're happy. It's a perfect stage to be able to do that. Some of you might be worried about like having stuff from outside in your tank. It's all nature, you know.
Yeah, the botanical method it's one of those things, isn't it? As long as you've got good filtration on there and
exactly.
It's all maturing right, it'll be fine.
Plus, you know, I'm going to keep the tank running for a bit before we put fish in. We'll do that next week like we usually do, yeah, Matt? Once it's all settled in and looking great. It will go dark, it will do all that stuff. But anyway, let's keep building. Here's what we've come up with so far. Now, we're not doing the whole traditional, like a proper aquascape, wouldn't it, Matt? Mm. You seem to see these prongs like that, like sort of fanning out. But we want to do more of this is a fast-flowing part of the river maybe, or can be in, say, a flood period.
Yeah.
And these have literally just fallen in and got lodged. And I think it does give that random, realistic look, doesn't it?
That outer edge of the river, where the river bows round.
Yeah.
And it's chucked everything to the outside edge sort of thing. It's all got wedged in the rockwork and stuff. I think that's the sort of look.
So as we were doing it, we're trying to put it in areas and then let go and letting it sort of fall. Not that one. Actually, that does. See, that did work.
I sort of wanted it there. That was my thought.
Yeah, that's going to work, man.
Yeah, but yeah.
Wicked. And then also little things. We were starting to like rest that on there because that's what you do in Aquascape. And then we were like, well, that's a great place for fish to swim in and out of. So as we're designing the tank, we're thinking of areas that the fish can come in and out of, take refuge in, maybe spawning areas. And I'm really, really loving that so far.
It's looking cool, looking really natural.
The moss will grow underwater. It'll grow completely different to normal morses though. It goes kind of wiry, but it looks so authentic. I've done it several times before. This is pre-pub.
Yeah, yeah, we're both struggling today, aren't we, with our words?
I'm not sure if we need a huge amount more wood.
I reckon maybe one more bit coming in. I don't know. We'll have a look.
We'll have a little fiddle with it. But what about the...
Always bringing it down. Just bringing the tone of the build down.
What I do want to do though is tons more sort of pebbly details. Really want it to look like that river bottom. And this one could work. Is it middle section? But under? No. Don't want to go under, do we?
Yeah, no, I like that.
Because you can put wood in it.
Yeah. No,
it's given us that sort of openy foreground bit. Look, hang on, Matt, let me spin it because it's quite bright. Yeah, scooping it round like you, so you're following the lines of it, which is perfect. Can you go back a bit though, because that's going to be annoying.
That's going to be really annoying.
There you go.
Perfect. It looks like it's broken off of this one sort of thing. It looks like that's snapped apart.
Just little details. A few more little details, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if this will float or not. It's been outside getting waterlogged for a long time.
It's quite damp. It was, yeah.
I tell you what, we'll fill it up really slow.
Yeah.
And just judge it, or we could just put some points on.
Let's just put some glue on.
Yeah.
It's safer. Let's just glue it.
That's it. Matt's just chilling.
I'm just looking at the tank. It's cool, isn't it?
Yeah, everything is in, it's glued down. I think next up, Matt, is details, finer details now.
Yeah.
Around the substrate area, that is. I don't want to add any more to the wood because we're going to be putting plants and that on there. But it does literally look like the wood's been chucked in the tank. And that is what we're going for. Matt was putting certain stuff in angles. He goes, oh, that's what an aquascape would do. We need to do the opposite.
Yeah, twist it around, move it out the way.
But that's worked, didn't it? I mean,
yeah, really well.
Oh, I love it. I actually love it like that. But you know me, there'll be so many plants in there, you can't even see all of that.
Yeah, it'll just be overgrown.
Look, it looks good, all right? It's a good overgrown look.
I liked the hardscape in that tank until you filled it with plants.
What hardscape?
Yeah.
Oh, next time I do the trim up on it, I'm going to go... Actually, I'll probably redo it next time. I've got one sort of maintenance session in me per tank.
Oh, really?
Well, it normally takes about 2 months before I need to do it.
Yeah.
So if it's another 4 months, I mean, let's go. Move it on.
That, yeah.
New one. No, I'm going to make sure that this one isn't like completely just covered in plants. It's not the look I want to go for. But anyway, yeah, details on the foreground area and that. Quite like the colour of that one. Again, as Matt's placing these, we're trying to do it just in a random sort of fashion.
Don't think about it.
It already looks good. More though, more.
Yeah, we need more.
Matt just mentioned as well, some leaf litter is going to look good, which, yeah, 100%. Not 95, not 90%, 100%.
100%.
Yeah, just dot that. Yeah, not too much, just for a little bit of detail.
Yeah, not like the whole bottom.
No. That's all the details added. What are you thinking, Matt?
I think it looks great.
Oh, look at that. So the way to get this look is just variety. Just similar sort of, is that too bright? Hang on. Is that a bit better? There we go. So you've got all the different grain sizes, but all sort of similar, well, tones that complement, I would say.
Yeah, so you're not going, it's the extremes, isn't it? You've got to be careful of. If it's bright red, then it's going to stick out like a sore thumb. But if it's all these muted... Bright red.
Why would it be? Oh, you can't, yeah. No.
Sore thumb, smack your thumb, bright red, red.
No, I thought you meant like, you know, luminous.
Oh, not like fluorescent red. No, we had some stone. I ordered some stone in the shop a little while ago, and they were like red. I can't understand, but they were pebbles.
Like,
but they just didn't.
Lots of that.
No, even more than that. They were like a dark maroon red. So yeah, if you pick all those muted tones, all those natural tones, they just sort of complement and blend in with each other.
With the odd random. So I always find that the odd little random dot of these sort of pinky, reddy ones.
Yep.
Really does set it off. Oh, I'm loving this, Matt. Next up then, we can sort of get started with some planting. Again, I'm not going to go crazy. Just some sage dotted about, the odd little bit of fern in some of the gaps.
Yeah.
But I don't want fern heavy because it just needs to look like a few pieces have got caught in a couple of sections, you know?
Yeah, and she doesn't like being in there anyway,
no.
So...
Right, we've gathered up some plants here. So we have got, this Liliopsis will be a really good sort of foregroundy plant, but more sort of details in areas where the rocks meet, I think, Matt.
Yeah, just little sort of sprigs of it in amongst all the rockwork creeping out.
These are from Aquafleur, who like to hide their logo from you for some reason, but There we go, look at that. Absolutely brilliant plants. I've had these for like a couple of months actually.
Really?
Just growing along. Look how good they look though, so
do
fresh.
look great.
And then we've got this pinnator feeder here, which Matt has just put that back in, Matt, how you had it.
Yeah,
just look how good it. Oh, I nearly tripped. So Matt's just plonked it here in this corner just to see how the sort of colours and that went.
I don't know if I can get it to stand up now.
And yeah, look at that. It just works so well.
Yeah.
And what it means is once we stick it there, it will be near the water line and it will grow towards the light and it will come out of the water. Pinnator feeder out the water looks really, really good. It looks like that. It grows like a very ferny, that typical ferny look. So that's going to be cool in that area. So we've got a little bit of bulbitis here as well, a few little pieces of anubias, the odd little bit of fern. Like I said, I don't want to go too heavy on the planting. A little bit more than this, but not too much more. How good is that looking?
It's all right, isn't it?
No, I know you like it.
No, it looks amazing. I'm loving that. Proper river.
It does, doesn't it? We could have gone less plants, probably could have gone more, but I think that's good. There's still so much hardscape on show. There's focal points. There's areas that are going to spread and grow more. You know, these crypts look a bit small now, but they're going to be quite punchy as time goes by. The Liliopsis is going to spread. Not that we want it too much, so I will just try and keep it in check. Which I will struggle with.
Yeah, it happens, doesn't it? But the more you let it spread and the more it creeps out, it looks a bit more natural, doesn't it?
That's right. Well, that's kind of here, look.
Yes, yeah, I saw that earlier, actually.
So this tank, which is not as dark as that, hang on. So this tank here, look, you can see how everything just creeps in amongst, even when you've got coarse gravel, and that makes it look really realistic. Right, nothing left for now, but just to fill it up. Let's fill it up.
Is he here?
So,
come in, Phil.
Well, that didn't go quite as smoothly as planned.
Yeah, it did. What are you talking about?
Yeah, they don't know.
They don't need to know.
You may have seen on the time lapse there, this stick or log? Branch started, it just unclipped. I think because we're fiddling around with the inlet and outlet for the filter at the back there, which we'll get onto in a second, it just unstuck. I don't think we put enough on, basically.
I think there was only one spot that it was glued to, so
yeah.
You were in charge of that.
I was in charge of that bit, sorry, that's my error. But look, we've salvaged it. There's a secret rock hidden at the back.
Secret stone.
I should probably just keep there, to be honest, because it doesn't impact the view of it all.
No.
The pinnator feeder will grow around it. It'll grow out the water. It's just going to look great in that area anyway. So I think we've got away with it, Matt.
I think we've done all right. Yeah, it's okay. We salvaged it.
So Matt's fitted up the whole filtration system. So we've got some stainless pipes here, and we've got an Awase 250.
Yeah, it looks like a 250.
Oh, hang on, you can't even see it. There we go, Awase 250. It's got a built-in pre-filter and a heater if you need it. I don't need the heater because we heat the room. So Matt's just going to hit that little what is it called?
Priming button.
Priming button. See, this is why you're here, for the lingo. Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus.
What does
Whoa. No, the popping was the fly zapper, but this was glugging.
I was worried for a minute then.
It did sound like an electrical shortage, didn't it?
It did sound like a snap. Yeah, I was a bit worried for a second.
So what's happened here is the water's filling the filter, but the air's got to come out somewhere. I could just do that, yeah, but I'm holding a camera, Matt. If you wonder what that pop and bang was, round here, look, this is my little bug zapper, so tiny little gnats you sometimes get in here because there's so many plants and that. Bang, gone. Oh, you wouldn't have thought it taken this long, would you, to fill up?
Big old filter, isn't it?
Come on, we want to get to the pub.
There we go.
There we go. And now we can switch it on and see the flow.
I mean, you told me one way was one way. You know, you told me in was in, out was out.
The air, the outlet comes out, and you put it the wrong way.
That's out.
Is the out to the out?
Yeah, the out to the out.
Well, it should be fine then. No, I think you're right. It does glug, it always glugs from there.
Does it?
But now when you turn it on, it should be fine. Glug.
To be fair, I don't even know what happened. Since the wood floated, it was all a bit of a...
bit of a panic.
I think it's the wrong way around now, if I'm honest.
Do you?
Yeah, I think it is.
If the out's the out and the in's the in, then...
That's air coming out through there. Right, let's revisit this.
Yeah, you've done it the wrong way, Matt. You've done it. You're supposed to be the professional. This is why I bring you in.
I know, but it was all that commotion.
It's an easy fix, isn't it?
Yeah, I'll just quickly
flip them round.
Hang on.
Yeah, so
we'll be back just after this technical difficulties. We'll be back in 2 minutes.
So here at MD Fish Tanks and Fish Shop, Matt, we're always professional and everything goes right first time. So Matt, if you'd like to now switch on. Oh no, wait.
Don't break anything.
We've gone twisted. There we go. Oh, hang on. No. Outlet that way. Are we? Yeah, there's air coming out. There's flow coming out. Hello, Flo. Nice to see you.
That's the third one in this video.
Just had a thought, actually. A lot of this water is not dechlorinated or anything. Although it's from my water butt, we just had to refill it because there's a lot of water there. So I'm going to be adding Aqua Essential from API. No, I'm not going to go like weird. That's weird.
I like that. I thought that was good.
Is that how I should do stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
If you need to detoxify, no. So this is perfect for your tap water. If you've got high amounts of chlorine or any chlorine, chloramines, heavy metals, this basically binds it all, takes it all out of the water. So I'm going to be adding this in now. For this size tank, I think I need a good capful, but this stuff is so concentrated that you only need a little bit. So if you've got a half a tank size, it's like belly. And this will basically last a long time, won't it, Matt?
Yeah, massive.
It's concentration, really good, all in one, absolutely perfect. Obviously, the plants have only just gone into the substrate system there, so the roots aren't like sort of established yet. So we can put some fertilizer into the water column, and then all the plants can pull it from there whilst they're trying to grow in. Once they're growing in, they're going to take a lot of their nutrients from those root tabs and things like that. And then the leaf zone on the top of it just gets everything looking and glowing green. So for this size tank, I need about 4 capfuls. Just read what it says on the back. Leaf zone is the only fertilizer that I use, the only fertilizer I've used for like years and years as well. So absolutely brilliant stuff. I think my plants speak for themselves, or speak for leaf zone to be fair. So yeah, brilliant stuff. Matt, you AccuClear? Oh, thank you, hang on. Right, so you can see there's quite a bit of misting going on at the moment. If I put some AquaClear in, what it's basically going to do, so AquaClear binds all the microscopic particles you're seeing there. It's basically dust, tiny bits of dust. It will bind them together so they're heavy enough to just either fall down or just get caught in a flow. It will go around the back and then the filter will just take it down or take it in, and then it'll get locked in the filter floss. You need a fine filter floss or a proper filter like the Oase one that's got the fine meshes, I guess. It just gets it locked in. This will be clear in no time. I'll come back to this, show you in a minute, and you'll see. So AquaClear is potent stuff. You do not need loads and loads of it. So look, for this size tank, capful, job done. That's why the bottles are small, because you barely need any of it. If you use too much, your water will get very, very cloudy. So it always goes cloudy before it gets better as well. Right guys, it's now been a week since the tank was planted. It's doing really well, but it has had its ups and downs. Yeah, so here it is now, looking pretty clear. There's the slightest of hazes going on, but nothing that I think is going to detract from the look of the whole thing. Now, it hasn't been like this the whole time. Literally a couple of days after we filled it up, it went so brown. I'll overlay a video that I sent to Matt, but yeah, it wasn't looking as good as this, but we've done a ton of water changes since then. It was basically all the tannins coming out of this wood, which is getting like a sort of algae haze on it and that as well. I mean, that'll be because there's obviously quite a lot of light going on here, and it's pinpointing these areas in an unestablished tank. So we've just got to keep up with our water changes and that kind of thing. I will be adding floating plants as well before we put the fish in, and I want to add a few botanicals as well. And what I'll do now is I'll just leave that rock on the top of the leaves, that'll hold it down, boiling water in there, give it like, I don't know, an hour or so, and they'll be absolutely fine just to go in. But in the meantime, let's go to the shop, speak with Matt, see what fish we've finalised on, because we still haven't finalised anything. We're going to sort of pick, we know roughly, but I'm talking about like accent fish and maybe some cories and things like that. Let's go shop, see what's there, and then we can come back and put them in and yeah, just transform this scape from just... The thing is with me for aquariums, as much as I love this look and creating the environment's nothing without the fish. So now is the really exciting part where we can make it all come to life because it's just still like this. I also might lift out the water pipe slightly from the top and it will give us more of a shimmer. Oh yes, there we go. Now we really, really have got that river look. Let's go get those fish. Were you going to pretend you were like angry for a minute there?
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, you need a mic.
Oh yeah.
He's not angry for long.
I don't do angry.
Hello, Mike. There's Mike. Hello.
Hi, how are we doing?
Good. Tank's ready.
Wicked.
Which you will see shortly.
Awesome.
But we're here for fish choices. It looks like you've had delivery.
We have.
There's just chock-a-block. Look at that lot.
Yeah, so we've had, what did we have? 7 or 8 boxes in on, I don't know, whenever it was. Tuesday, Wednesday last week. So, yeah. I recorded all of that as well, which is quite cool.
Okay. Well, for your own channel?
Yeah.
Guys, Matt's channel's below. I've already linked you.
Like, you always link me, it's fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, there's lots of Corydoras, lots of just different bits and pieces.
Well, that's perfect, because we're going for that South American vibe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I think the feature fish, are we still decided on the keyholes? Oh, no, it's something... See, this is what I said. Before I come here, I was like, we think we know.
Yeah. Well, there's nice keyholes in. So we've got some little keyholes that would be really cool to grow up. And you've always wanted them.
Can you show me them? Where are the keyholes?
Next to Jamie.
Oh.
They're in here with these little blue emperors.
Yes. Oh, they look lovely.
Cute. They're really
lovely.
Cool.
They've got that rounded front, haven't they? They just look so good.
They've just got a really, docile looking face.
Yeah. And they're small, so they can grow, which means that's cool. We can put other things in, potentially.
Exactly. The other thing that we got in... Where's Martin labelled them up to? We've got some dwarf flaggercara in.
Oh, cool. Okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And when they came in, I was a bit like, oh, they're quite pretty.
Yes, very much. Because I said to you, some acara as well, didn't I?
This is it.
We're loving those.
Yeah, maybe a little group of sort of each of them. And then it's... Wow.
It's take your pick.
Yeah.
Oh, those are gorgeous, Matt. I might have to do...
Oh, clown killies. Yeah, they are nice.
Obviously not for this one.
Yeah, they are stunning.
Oh, I want to do escape for them. They're coming big.
Yeah, they
really
very
big.
Rarely come in chunky like that.
The colours on them are insane. That's so nice. Yeah, well, I'll be back for those.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm like, there's so many different species. Obviously, yeah, I don't know.
What are these guys?
So they're Guaianacara. They're a bandit cichlid, they call them. They're sort of an earth eater, but not. So they're not like your typical earth eater where they will literally terrorise the sand.
No.
But they will get to about 15, 16 centimetres and will sift through the sand. So they're quite chill though. They've got small mouths. They're not generally very predatory.
And at 15 centimetres though, they might stir things up a bit later on at least.
Keyholes, they still get big, but not.
They're not doing that.
No. I I reckon the keyholes and those absolutely stunning dwarf flags are, amazing. Like the colours on them are great.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, right, we'll go with those two so far.
But then it's tetras.
So yeah, we obviously want our schooling fish as well.
And we want it different to what we've already done.
Well, you know what we want.
Cardinals.
No.
They will look good in there. I reckon the shoulder cardinals wouldn't be a bad shout.
Really?
Well, you think of that word and that group going around.
No, I can't. I'll get ruined in the comment section. Oh, great, another
cardinal. I like guppies and cardinals. Whitefin bentosi tetras might be a good focal point.
They are gorgeous.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Really are, Matt. Yeah, actually, I mean, as we were stood here, my eyes kept going there. It's that white fin, isn't it?
Yeah, this is it. And it's like a little sail that in the water. But I think, cardinals and them, done.
Yeah?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't want to massively overstock this one. I want it to be more subtle.
Yeah, and I think the thing is what you want as well is you want room for those keyholes and the dwarf flags to grow into as well. So you want some space for them to grow up into.
Okay, let's go with those for now. Then we can chat whilst we're doing that as to everything else, and then we'll get back to the audience. So when I say we, I mean
Sorry.
I've got the light on. So we've bagged up, and when I say we, I mean Matt, bagged up all of the tetras and all of the cichlids. Now it's time to move on to the sort of bottom dwellers, I was going to say clean-up crew, but
Sort of clean-up crew, aren't they?
Semi-clean-up crew, a bit more interesting than the lower areas anyway. So what are you thinking, Matt? We did have a walk around,
all
but
the zebraplex.
Just
do all the zebras.
Yeah, I think that'd be rather an expensive looking tank.
No, okay. I'm thinking Leucomelis. The little blackfin Corydoras.
Yes, and a big group of them as well.
Yeah, I think that'd be nice. You know, you don't want to go for anything too big because, well, you want it to grow up in the tank rather than be chunky already.
Definitely. And these look cool.
Yeah, they're really nice.
Can we have a group of 12 of those?
I think a group of 12 will work, yeah.
Yeah, they'll stay together. It's going to be, And then we were also thinking about the whip-tailed catfish, weren't we?
Yes.
Which was these ones here. Just as a little, oddball,
something
feature.
A little bit different in there. We have got them. We have got some red whiptails down the bottom that are a bit smaller, but I think those would fit in quite nicely. They're a good size.
Okay, sweet. I'm not really sure. There we go. There they are. So what are we looking at there? Look, there's my fingers for reference. Just a couple of those. And then I was thinking just a couple of these as well, if I can, Matt. They've been here every time I come.
What, the flash plecos?
Yeah, is that possible?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought you liked fish that you see, though.
Well, the thing is, every time I come here, they're always out.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
I never see them hiding, so...
They are a little bit braver from normal. Yeah, okay, I'll give you that.
Just do a couple then, and then...
Yeah. I think that'd be nice. We might not see them as much as we'd like to, but I like those fish having... I'm that sort of fish keeper. I like having a few fish that you'll only see once every couple of weeks because they're hiding in the back. You're not.
You like your tank looking empty half the time, even though it's full of fish.
Yeah, I like that. I like sort of just seeing things coming out. It's a bit more, I don't know.
And I like them all in my face.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, you like colour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's do that, and I think we'll stop there. And if I want to add more stuff at a later date, I can.
I think that's good. Yeah.
Clean-up crew as well. I need Ottos, longfin bristlenose that you've got, and some Amanos.
Yeah, that's
just because it's just going to help me with the maintenance.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Crazy. Cheers. Bye.
Cheers.
Yeah, we've got quite a few fish to go in this tank, Matt.
It'll be fine. It's gonna look good.
Matthew has the fish. Are you ready to see the tank?
That's right, I've got it. Don't worry.
A week later, the tank.
Exciting.
Well, Matthew, it basically looks pretty much like when we left it.
That's looking nice, isn't it?
It is good. Hang on, let me get the lighting adjusted.
Oh, they're gonna look so good.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like when you look at the tank at the moment, it's just a tank.
Yeah.
I've added the shimmer.
Yeah, no, that does look good.
But we're about to add the fit. Oh, this is going to be exciting. There's so many here. We'll start with clean-up crew, yeah, like we always do.
Yeah.
Okay, right. Let's just get straight into it. No more time to waste. We've got botanicals to add. Before I left to you, I've got these all boiling in here, so they should be ready to go down.
Nice. Okay, cool.
Put those in now. Yeah, we'll do that first.
Why not?
Yeah. Right. So where should we put them in? No, don't pour the water in.
I was going to.
No, I don't want brown water.
Why not?
I want the botanical look without the brown tannins. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, because it doesn't release as much when you get it in there, does it? It's
no,
not
exactly.
Especially on a tank this size.
So I think just a little scattering, Matt. Just go for it. Just go for it.
I think that little gap down there.
Yeah, definitely. It's almost like pick your area. Go on, stay.
Down to go.
Stay.
Look at that.
That's good.
Lovely.
Yeah. And then do like a. Let it go where it wants to go. There we go. Good. I thought it wasn't going to settle then for a minute.
I think we could go all of them, couldn't we?
Yeah, we might as well.
There's not that many you've boiled up, so it's fine.
No, I didn't want to go. I just wanted like little subtle, and I think it's worked a treat actually looking at it through the lens. I can't see because all the colours are muted.
I just chucked water all down the front of the tank.
Crying out loud.
Sorry, my bad.
And they'll just go where they want.
Perfect.
Fish time. Clean up crew. Right, first additions are about 6 or 7 Amano shrimp. Not massively exciting, but they're going to do a job. They're going to do a good job. And then we've got about 12 Otto Cinchlid. Now, all the temperatures, by the way, are matching because I heat this room. I've said that so many times. Look how good they look. Matt, look at this. You see them? Yeah. They're literally going all over together. Turns out this little cheeky one didn't want to come out. There we go. 6 longfin bristlenose plecos. Whee! Right, and here we have got about 12 to 15 black fin Corydoras. Look at that. We wanted a large group, didn't we, Matt? And they're just going to behave brilliantly.
Yeah, they're going to shoal around in the bottom and all sort of amongst that leaf litter really well.
Oh, wicked. I mean, you can tell, look, they feel right at home straight away. All the fish, they're going to look so good when they've got all these areas as well. So at the moment, look, you've got the midsection, there's nothing there. The Corys will take up that bottom area. With the cichlids as well, the keyholes?
Yeah, they'll sort of mooch about in amongst the woodwork and all the rocks and things. So yeah, they'll be all over the place.
Okay, let's not talk about it. Let's actually put them in. Matt's just checking the name of something for me, but in here, I want to show you now before they hide, before they get, until they get a bit more settled. But we've got, Matt,
Lata whiptails, so L-A-T-A whiptails, and then you've got the 2 flash plex as well, so they're going to look great.
Hopefully.
Yeah, well, they'll look great. It's just whether you'll be able to see them looking great.
Go on then, Matt, you do the honours.
I get it wrong all the time, though. Here?
Yeah, that'll do.
All right.
It doesn't really matter at this stage. We're just putting them in and... Okay, wicked. Those big rounded rocks for them as well, they're going to love that. And because these rocks are quite reflective, they're going to get more algae on them, so these guys are going to help that. Let me come in a little bit closer for you, because I'm really liking the colours actually on the flashers. Yeah, and flashy flash.
And you'll find as soon as they sort of settle, that blotchiness where the black isn't as black will settle down, and you'll end up with much more prominent colours. Yeah.
Let's go here. Okay, moving on. What's next, Matt? Tetras?
Tetras, yeah.
Oh, look at this Cory. He's just chilling there. I'm fine here. He's an individual. He doesn't want to be with the rest of the group.
The one on top of the wood. He's funny in there.
Yeah, he's just chilling there. Here come the Cardinals. How many was it, Matt?
Yeah. I think there was about 30 in there, actually.
Whee, that looks good. Yes. A good size school, I think, for a size tank, because they're going to be about, in different areas, and they don't take up the whole lot. So, I mean, now they're there, but...
They'll settle and they'll get up.
They've seen the leaflet and they go, oh, it's like home.
Yes, that's it.
I doubt these have ever seen home.
No.
Will these not be wild caught?
No, these will be tank bred, I expect, these guys.
Okay. Next up are the what, Matt?
Whitefin bentosi tetras.
I thought they were rosies, but Matt's just said they're similar.
They're essentially, rosies with a white dorsal fin. Actually, I think in America they're called candy cane tetra. I think one of my followers on Instagram told me that. But yeah, they're quite cool. Really nice.
Not coloured yet, but they will be, won't they?
Yeah, they get like a really nice rosy sort of pink with that bright white dorsal fin. So against that black background, it's going to stand out really well.
Awesome. And now for the first of our feature fish, the dwarf flag acara. Again, the colours aren't going to be great at the moment, but they will be shortly.
Oh, I don't know, there's some good blues.
Yeah, actually, yeah,
blues
true.
And yellows.
But it's going to get even more vibrant than that, isn't it?
Oh, way more vibrant, yeah.
And then last but not least, we have got 8 of our cute little baby keyhole cichlids. And you go, guys. And there's one more. Come on, and you. There you go. Right, so we've added a load of fish to the tank. Now, the tank is a week old already, but that doesn't mean it's cycled or anything like that. So quick start is essential. This is what I use all the time, and that's how I'm able to set up so many tanks and be able to put fish in straight away. Never ever get any problems. This stuff is a cheat code. It's my absolute favorite. So just follow the instructions on the back, but I think for this size tank, I'm going to need a good 4 glugs. Let me check that. No, way more than that. It's 10 mil times that. Hang on, maths. I need about 5 gloves. 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1 for luck, because why not? Yeah, quick start. If you haven't got this, you need to get it. Okay, one last thing I think we should add, Matt.
Yeah.
Floating plants.
Yeah,
not too many, but they're going to go nicely. They're going to move around in circular motion. I'm thinking salvinia. Yeah. No duckweed. Because I don't want the reds. I don't want the red roots for this.
No, I don't think that'll look right, to be honest. I think the green's going to look far better.
I don't know where I've got some. Here's some. Perfect.
There's some nice duckweed on this one.
No.
You don't want duckweed?
No, you can see here. I've turned all these lights off because obviously we're filming. But yeah, I'm not going to take too many, just most of them.
Just most of them.
These are really good. Duckweed there.
Naughty duckweed.
Aww.
I like duckweed though.
I do, but like this many tanks, and it gets in one, and it gets in all of them, and before you know it, you're just spending forever constantly just harvesting it off the top. It is good for the water though, don't get me wrong, but
yeah, that's just it, isn't it?
There's only so much I can feed to my goldfish.
Yeah, that is a problem.
Right, just a little handful here. I might add more, I might not, just see how it goes. But one thing Matt was just saying off camera that was quite interesting, he said, there's a lot of slower growing plants here. We haven't got like stems and things. which will help massively with keeping the algae down and things like that. I might chuck in some limnophila or something just in a bunch at the back, not push it into the sand or anything, just let it grow so it's absorbing. But I'll just see how it goes, to be honest, with these floating plants, because these are going to multiply so fast that might be enough itself.
Yeah, it's just keeping an eye on the algae, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be too bad. You've got enough algae to
Exactly, there's a good clean-up. There's a lot of ottos there, and they'll clean this wood in no time, won't they?
Yeah.
I'm probably going to be having to add stuff to this tank, actually.
Yeah, some algae wafers, definitely.
Yeah, definitely. Matthew, did someone order a fresh cup of realism? I made him wait there so I could say that. What was that? Were you expecting more than that?
I don't know what I was expecting, to be honest.
No, wait, look. The Cardinals are schooling and like proper coloured up as well.
Look at the little group of dwarf cichlids as well underneath the log.
Oh, yeah.
There's keyholes and dwarf flags all together in there.
Whilst you were having a toilet again, I was trying to find the keyholes, and I couldn't, and so there they are. And look.
Oh, and the Corydorus are shoaling across with the tetras as well.
The whiptail there, look.
Where? Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Do you know what?
Did you see?
Couldn't even see it.
It looks just like the leaf next to it.
It does, yeah.
Corey's just floating about. Oh, look great. Absolutely great. I think we've nailed this one.
Spot the flash plec.
Oh, my goodness.
Look at that. And he's got an Otto behind him as well.
Perfect little home. I'm just loving the way that all the tetras and that are schooling really confidently in the front, considering the fact that they've been in there, a couple of hours. We're stood here for the first time, and that is so cool. If you look up, look, floating plants, they're not all getting caught in one area, which is nice. They're just doing a little rotation. There's a slight haze to the water, and that's just because the wood will continuously be leaching. But that will go over the next sort of few days. But it actually adds to it, really. It's sort of more what it's going to be like, isn't it, Matt? Really?
Yeah, I think it looks more like a naturescape with that slight sort of mistiness to the water. It's, proper river style.
Hang on. So there's one there, the whiptails. The other one is here. I didn't think we were going to see him.
Oh, yeah.
He's there as well. That one's darker, Matt. Is there anything that...
No, it's just
male or
probably
female?
trying to blend into their environment.
Oh, yeah, of course,
That species can be quite patchy in their coloration. It's probably just them blending at the moment and getting used to the aquarium.
Another really good thing, so it's been a week with those, all the crypts in.
Oh, yeah.
Not getting any melt anywhere. So
amazing,
shout out to Aquafleur for that. Look, let me come around here. Normally, when you put new plants in, like this, crypts, it's just crypts, they melt, but these ones, they're just growing. It looks so good. So for this tank and the cichlids we've chosen, the keyhole cichlids, for instance, where are they hiding?
They're in the middle there.
I can't see them.
I can see
them.
Oh, yeah,
there they are. Hang on, let me turn up the ISO. So we went for like about 8 of each, didn't we, Matt?
We did, yeah.
So 8 of the keyholes, 8 of the Acaras. Now, when they're fully grown, that's 16 cichlids. There'd probably be too many for this size tank, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'd agree. Once you get territories and things building up, they're going to want their own little areas sort of to protect. So we can whittle them down as they go and make sure we've got nice groups of them, really. It's the easiest way to get cichlids into a sort of a pair or a little nice group is by buying more and then just sort of whittling out the ones that don't, want to be in the group.
Yeah, or like making sure we've got a certain amount of females to males.
Exactly. Yeah, getting the ratios correct.
But I'm hoping we carry on with what's going on here with the cories just being in the foreground, because some species of cories are quite shy, aren't they? I was expecting these to be hidden already, if I'm honest. So this is good. This is a good sign.
Yeah, they seem fairly confident, to be honest. So I think they're going to be fairly good for the scape. I think they're going to be out a lot by the looks of things.
Even now, compared to just an hour or so ago, there's so much more confidence. Like the fact that they're all here. All the tetra.
Oh yeah, they're just shoaling around so naturally, aren't they, around that wood?
That's so cool to see.
It's lovely to see that group of them. You've got that whole swathe of them up and over the wood and then in behind. It's really cool.
They're using the wood like it would be in their natural habitat, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh. See, this is why I love this kind of scape. This is definitely the sort of look I want to do more of. Now, what I have found is that it's easier to do this style on a bigger scale. It's much harder to get it right on a smaller scale.
Yeah.
So I think what I'm going to do is just do it on, so see this tank here, Matt, that I'd set up for the Santa Marias. I want to try and do it on this. I mean, that is kind of...
Yeah, it's fairly there, isn't it? It's close to it.
But then I've gone for overplanting and that sort of thing. So it takes so much. It takes so much for me to just hold back on the planting.
It is tricky, and the plants do make it so much easier in the long term as well.
Exactly.
So it's a tricky one.
Like this tank here, I've not even done a water change since I set it up, and they've got breeding fish in there. It's crystal clear. There's no algae at all. So that's why I love these kind of scapes.
Yeah, so you've got the little dwarf flag here, and then there's a group of them behind, but they are just looking so good. That blues and those yellows are coming through really nice. I like the 2 groups of tetra as well.
Yeah. Well,
quite simple, isn't it?
2 tetras is working. Maybe that's a format we stick with later on. When you put, like, for instance, the tetra tank, they get so lost because there's so many, but that was the point of that tank. Yeah. This is more like a realistic sort of natural creek or something, and yeah, you're not going to get a million different types of tetra.
No, you're going to get a couple of different unrelated species living together in the same area. So yeah, that works really, really well. That male's just come back out. And little male dwarf flag Aquarian, look, they've got really long extensions.
Oh yes.
I expect he's a male.
It should be with that, surely.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Turn to the side for me, fella. There we go. Come in the light, come in the light.
Sat underneath the branch. I love how the cichlids are sort of sticking to underneath the woodwork.
We should feed. Should we feed? I think they'll be ready for feed.
Yeah, you can feed, see if they go for it.
Right, cool.
Just a little bit of pre-production. We've got
it keeps it more real, doesn't it? When they can see also the behind the scenes during the video. Right, I'm going to put a light here just so we're getting a bit better.
We haven't shown you the makeup girls or anything yet.
Okay, so like we were saying before, we've got quite a lot of algae eaters and there's not a huge amount generated at the moment. It's obviously a new tank. So Aquarian have got the algae wafers. I use these all the time in all the tanks. This is one of the most common packets they have to send me because I'm using them for the shrimps as well. So with what we've got here, I'm just going to do one at the back as well because quite a lot of them will hide to start with. Foreground there, and then one over there. There's a lot of fish there, so they're going to get through these in no time. They just sink down like that. And perfect, you know, they'll pick them up as they go. I mean, the cories will still nibble at them as well, but we've got proper pellets for cories. So for the cories, we have got the sinking pellets. Again, another one, I just use so many of these, and we've got a good group of cories here. You need to make sure you are feeding specifically for cories. They will scavenge, they will take off like flake and stuff, but really, if you get a sinking pellet and it goes down there, you're absolutely making sure that they get fed because you can underfeed cories, can't you, Matt?
Oh yeah, it's so easily done, yeah. They're the last ones to think about sort of feeding, aren't they? Because they're on the bottom. Oh yeah, they'll get something.
Definitely. So they'll have a bit of everything, really, the cories will. Now the tetras, they can't eat this. It's too hard for them at the moment. Look at that. The algae wafers just sat.
I saw you landed that one on the end of the wood there, look. Perfect.
Okay, last but not least, let's get some flake in for the tetra.
It's over there now.
Got on me little thing. See, the thing is, this is on wheels, yeah? And I can take it anywhere, but I don't. I just keep it here.
You should get one without wheels then, shouldn't you?
I should have done, really. Yeah, so we've got a flake as well. You can see the rest of the fish are actually hungry, but the food I've given in there so far is not for them. But what I like to do is get the flake, put it under the water, and just break it up between my fingers. Because these are small tetra, I mean, they're a bit scared now because my hand's just gone in, but here we go. Go on then. It'd be cool to get them eaten straight away, wouldn't it? Because they've literally just gone in the tank.
Yeah, they're going for it. Even the little bentosi tetras, the white fins, they're going for it.
Awesome.
And the keyhole's out, picking as well.
Yes. If you can get fish eaten, they're obviously comfortable. And I'm not surprised, look what we made. Oh, interestingly as well, the moss I can see, the terrestrial moss that's actually was already on that wood at the back.
Yeah.
I can see it's converting, so there's some lighter patches. That's where it's trying to grow underwater. It'll get very wiry, but it will look sort of realistic. So
yeah, that's cool.
Enjoying that coming in. But yeah, successful tank, Matt, yeah?
Yeah, it's looking good.
It's actually massively inspired me for future projects as well. So
that's exciting.
Cannot wait, don't fall over that.
No, I didn't. I'm all right. It's okay, I'm good.
So I'm massively pleased with how well this tank turned out and also how well the fish have settled in straight away. Literally within half an hour they'd coloured up and they were exploring the whole tank. Now I say all the fish, but to be honest, the dwarf flag Aquarian, they sort of huddled in one area and then after a while they went and hid and I didn't see them at all till the next day. But when I did come in, I saw that all the wood had been cleaned. There was like a little film of algae over everything and the Otocinclus and longfin bristlenose plecos, they cleaned the whole lot, to be honest, all in one day. This is why it's so important to put in those algae wafers because I knew this team would clean everything up super fast. What's great to see is that the cories were all out in the open, all in the foreground. Again, I was expecting them to sort of huddle around the back and only come to the front for food, which is what most of the cories do that I've got. but these ones, they're everywhere, all huddled together like a ball of cories. The white fin bentosi tetras, they have been schooling so well, as have the cardinals, and they are everywhere, completely confident and fully coloured up as well. The baby keyhole cichlids looking so cute. They've been confident from the start, to be honest. I was a little worried that we wouldn't see them being so small, but they are all over the tank, fully confident, way more so actually than the Flagacara were. Now I say were because come the end of day 2, the Flagacaras were just as confident, all over the tank, in the foreground, seeing them everywhere. Absolutely brilliant.